Hello everybody and welcome to That's Football. This is your latest transfer news, and what a bit of sensationalist striker story we've got at Chelsea as they look to do a deal with Juventus that would see Lukaku go one way and Vlahovic come the other way. It's amazing and surprising that some Chelsea fans are not all over this. I'll talk to you about why I think this is a big deal in a moment, but we've also got updates on Harry Kane, Lavia to Liverpool, and a few other interesting bits as well, especially what Spurs would look to do with the money they get from Harry Kane. But let's stick with this Vlahovic story. I am stunned, surprised and terrified by the prospect of Chelsea fans not being happy about Vlahovic coming to Chelsea. I mean, ultimately, it's a free hit. He's 23 years of age. There is no doubting his potential to be one of Europe's better strikers. And Chelsea need a goal scorer. Now, I know Chelsea at the moment, they're saying this Jackson from Villarreal looks really exciting, but it's a lot of pressure to put on one player. And ultimately, you need two. It's always good to have two strikers because competition in the striking position is probably the most important area on the pitch to have competition, because it can really ignite both players' focus and desire to be the main man in the team. And I think Vlahovic ticks a lot of boxes for Chelsea. But more importantly, the most important thing is I think he's a good player. Yes, there's a bit of question marks about his injury history, especially over the last season. He's had a few groin problems, but at 23, those sort of things are going to show up on a medical anyway. And Chelsea, with the season they're about to have with Pochettino, look, positives around Colwill looking to sign a big long-term contract as well. There's reports that's going to happen. Positives around the fact that Pochettino is a proven Premier League manager, and Champions League football is certainly what Chelsea want to try and achieve this season, especially with no European football to do. They can focus on more training things and more, tactical things in the games in between the Premier League focus, of course. But goals are the issue at Chelsea. We saw it with Potter's team, especially last year. Whatever the doubts, they didn't concede many and they created a lot of chances they didn't score. So the more goal-scoring options, the better. We've seen Nkunku come in as well. They're looking at other options. Obviously, they bought a lot of players last year. But Vlahovic makes a lot of sense. It's another option. It's another striker with a good pedigree and the ability to, at that age profile of 23, get better. And the free hit part of it for me is that you get rid of Lukaku, which you've got to do, and as part of that deal, you get a striker coming the other way. Because let's be honest, the value of Lukaku is going to be low anyway. And if you can do some sort of swap with a team like Juventus that have got their own issues and bring in the player of the quality of Vlahovic, I'm surprised actually by the number of Chelsea fans I see on social media that are not happy about this deal. As an outsider looking in, I think if Chelsea get Vlahovic in, they're almost at a point where they can hit this season with uncertainty, but I don't see Chelsea being in the top four at this moment in time. I think if they bring Vlahovic in and get that Casido deal done and Pochettino does a good job on the training ground, they've got an outside chance of getting into the top four this season. And with no European football, that chance is enhanced as well in what would be a very competitive season. But I look at that Chelsea side, they need a goalkeeper as well. Of course they need a goalkeeper, and this talk of the Sanchez guy from Brighton as a, maybe that could help them get the Casido deal over the line, because Brighton are looking to offload Sanchez. But I think that if they get Vlahovic or another striker in, I think it really enhances them. That's the biggest area for me. So look, let's see what happens. I think it'd be a good deal. What do you think, Chelsea fans? What do you think, rival fans? I do. I think it'd be a good deal for Chelsea. I'm surprised they're not all over it. From one striker to another, there has been talks in probably one of the most boring and relentless transfer deals of the summer, which is surprising considering he's one of the best strikers in the world. Harry Kane to Bayern Munich. Conversations took place yesterday between Spurs and Bayern, but apparently 25 million apart. And I tell you what, you must be pulling your hair out, Spurs fans, because you must be looking at this and going, it's August. It's August. Why is this another Daniel Levy transfer nightmare where he's going to drag it out to the end of the window, get a price he's happy with, and then turn around and see Spurs fans looking at him going, why did you waste 2 months? I mean, it's a business transaction, isn't it? It's not a transaction that's helping Spurs. Spurs have got next to no chance of getting into the top four this season, and they've got no chance if they're selling Harry Kane late in the window. I don't really get why they're dragging this out. I mean, I suppose Spurs fans deep down will be hoping that the deal crashes to the ground and they get to keep Harry Kane for a year, but then he'll walk away for nothing. They've got to cash their chips and they've got to do it quick. And Bayern Munich don't need to rush this deal. They can start the season and win the Bundesliga even if they start it badly. So they will wait. They will wait till the back end of the window. And Levy likes to wait till the back end of the window. And I don't think that benefits Spurs. There's talk that if they sell Kane, they're going to look at, what's his name from Forest, Brennan Johnson. Look, Spurs will need to reassess what they are as a football club when Harry Kane goes, because they've got one of the world's best strikers and they're not going to be able to bring in one of the world's best strikers. But to do those things, they need to be spending money, and they need to be spending money quickly, and they need to do that by moving on Harry Kane ASAP. Liverpool are apparently, and may well have done by the time you've watched this video, parting ways with Fabinho very, very soon. And that will then give them the money and the spaces in the team with Henderson gone to go and complete the Lavia deal. Interesting, I've speaking about this on the United stand this morning, that United have been linked to Lavia. I do not think United are in for Lavia. I think that United and Lavia is probably, and Fabrizio Romano mentioned it, is probably logically Southampton trying to push Liverpool to get the deal done at the price they want. I don't think United are in for Lavia. Chelsea been mentioned in relation to him, Arsenal. But we've had this summer. Declan Rice was wanted by a lot of clubs. He wanted to go to Arsenal, and he did. Mason Mount was wanted by a lot of clubs. He wanted to go to Manchester United, and he did. And I think Lavia is probably wanted by a lot of clubs, but he wants to go to Liverpool, and he will. And I think Liverpool, look, am I right? Liverpool played Chelsea first game of the season, Super Sunday, 2 weeks, just the Sunday gone. We'll be doing a watch along for that. Can't wait for that. That's a massive game, first game in the season. And people say, look, your season is not dictated to by the first game of the season. And you look at United last year, we lost to Brentford and Brighton and we still got third, which was very good for us. So no, it doesn't. But if Liverpool lose to Chelsea or Chelsea lose to Liverpool, that's a big game to lose on the first weekend of the season. So Liverpool need to get this deal done. It's almost the battle of the midfielders, isn't it? Chelsea been chasing Caicedo all summer, still not done it. Liverpool need to get another defensive midfielder in, still not done it. Will we see some movement on Liverpool and Lavia this week? I think we will do, and I think, it needs to happen because Liverpool have obviously got those gaps in that team at the moment. On other stories, The Independent are saying that Chelsea are going to offer competition for Kylian Mbappe, and they're looking to do a player plus cash deal for the 24-year-old French forward. I mean, this is news to me. Mbappe is an interesting, boring story as far as I'm concerned. He's the best player in the world, and he's going to leave PSG in the next few weeks. Where's he going to go? I think logically he would just end up going to Real Madrid or Saudi Arabia. But look, there could potentially... Look, I think the Mbappe story has not captured the imagination the way even Erasmus Højlund... The Erasmus Højlund to Man United transfer has been more exciting than Mbappe. The Lavia to Liverpool deal will probably be more exciting. The Declan Rice deal, the David Raya deal to Arsenal if it happens. The Mbappe story has the potential to be huge, but we need to know the outcome. If he goes to Chelsea on a player plus cash deal, or he goes to Liverpool on a 1-year loan deal, or, that would be massively exciting. If he went to Barcelona, that would be a shock. But we need to get to the outcome of Mbappe, because I think we all just think he's going to end up at Madrid or he'll go to Saudi Arabia for a year. So, look, the Premier League and Mbappe isn't completely out of question, but I just don't think anybody trusts those stories at the moment. Anyway, get your comments in below. What are your thoughts on this? Obviously, I mentioned that Colwill is going to sign a long deal at Chelsea. Sanchez, potentially from Brighton as a goalkeeper, would help the Caicedo deal. But Vlahovic, I think, would be a good signing, and there's lots more to give your thoughts on. Are you bored of the Harry Kane deal? Is it time Liverpool got this Lavia deal done? And what are your thoughts on Mbappe? Get your comments in below. Make sure you smash along the video, and please do subscribe. We're on the road to 1 million. I'll speak to you on the next one. Thanks for watching.